Master BASHIRAHISHIZE, the African people in general and Burundians in particular take note of your analysis regarding the rotating presidency of the Conference of Heads of State and Government of the African Union, now assumed by the President of the Republic of Burundi. Nevertheless, allow me to make some clarifications. 1. On the nature of the rotating presidency. You're right. On one fundamental point, the presidency of the African Union is neither a supranational power nor a hierarchical authority over the states. It's a function of coordination, political impulse, and representation framed by the Constituent Act and internal rules of the institution. Each state retains its sovereignty and has an equal vote in the deliberations. There is indeed no predominant voice attached to the president in office. However, reducing this function to a purely protocol role will be equally inaccurate. In diplomatic practice, the rotating presidency plays a role as an agenda setter, a facilitator of strategic priorities, and as a facilitator of political compromises within the continent. 2. On legitimacy and representation. Qualifying the accession of a head of state to the national supreme judiciary as an electoral masquerade is a matter of a political assessment, but at the continental level, it's the member states themselves, sovereign and equal, that recognize and sit alongside their peers. The African Union operates on the basis of the interstate recognition, not on validation by national opposition or external comments. This is a diplomatic reality, not an opinion. 3. On institutional communication. Any rotating presidency arouses a certain symbolic impetus in this country concerned. This doesn't mean that it's claimed that this function will mechanically solve internal challenges. It's obvious that the economic and social problems of Burundi, as well as those of many African countries, will not disappear but the sole effect of a continental responsibility. The fight against poverty, social tensions, or supply difficulties requires internal structural reforms, but should it denigrate a continental diplomatic responsibility that can strengthen the country's visibility, expand its partnerships, and consolidate its strategic weight, one doesn't exclude the other. 4. Keep the merger. You call to keep your feet on the ground. On this point, consensus is possible. Yes, the presidency of the African Union is not a magic wand. Yes, solutions to national challenges must first be built within the country. But transforming a continental mandate into an object of a systematic mockery serves neither the democratic debate nor the national interests. Ultimately, the rotating presidency is a collective responsibility entrusted by African peers. It doesn't confer absolute power or political immunity, but it imposes an obligation of high diplomacy and responsibility. The political debate is legitimate. The relentlessness, on the other hand, doesn't raise the level of discussion.